on. Oh, yeah. Hello. First, let me start this stream by saying I think Deathloop is pretty great. Now, let me say, hi, Brad. Hi, Alex.
It's
make
pretty
sure,
great.
make sure everybody can hear and see us. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You're
Yeah.
a little further into that game than I am, but I also think it's pretty great.
It's pretty great. Let's get everybody in here in the room together. Thanks for joining us. We're going to play some Deathloop today. Let's get everything sorted out here before we start. We're going to basically do some earlier game, past the tutorial, past the kind of intro. That's where Brad is. You should say you're 2 slabs in.
2 slabs in. Well, 2.5. I've got 1 slab twice.
Okay.
So.
All right, and this will all make sense once we get going in here, and then we'll. Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play. We're gonna play that, and then we'll switch over later game into a little bit more possible spoiler stuff. My gameplay, which is
I think we need to juice Brad's audio a bit, and it sounds like maybe mine as well.
Yeah, I did.
Juice me.
I am so juiced. How about now, Brad? What's your favorite? What's your favorite color?
My favorite. Oh boy, purple.
Loot purple.
Purple.
Good.
Yes.
Good loot purple. Alex, what's your favorite color?
Blue. Straight
blue.
up.
Oh, okay. Listen. All right.
All right. Sounds like they didn't do anything. We're still low.
Weird. Interesting. You sound louder to me. Let's give it a second here.
Hey, hi. We're gonna.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
We're gonna sort our slabs from our trinkets, from our arsenal leads, from our visionary leads.
Yes.
At noon or at night or in the afternoon or in the morning.
Let me bring this whole thing up a little bit here. Okay. Let's I'm gonna bring you guys both up a little more. People saying still a little quiet. Brad, keep going. Keep telling me about this stuff.
I'm bad at filling. Are you prepared to venture down the rabbit hole? Asks this official story trailer for Deathloop. They have put out a lot of trailers. They've put out a lot of demos. That's like the joke about this game now is like people are like, boy, I wish I knew what Deathloop was about, because they're being sarcastic.
I still didn't by the time that came out. Alex, how about you?
You're totally right.
Do you know what Deathloop is about?
As far as I know, it's about a loop of death. That is what I have gathered from all the information that I have been trawling the internet for.
Nailed it.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, for as much as they have shown this game, I was not prepared for what it is, or like there's way more to wrap your head around than you think, even though you've seen 18 demos of it.
All right. Are we better now? Check 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. Are we better now?
I'm seeing a couple of better. It's fine now.
How do you
not really
find better?
What?
Vinny's still loud compared to everyone else.
Oh, well, I could just
low.
I could just take myself down if that's
turn you down, and
I'll just turn me down. Is that better? Is that better now? Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
See, the fucked up thing is this all sounds normal in our headphones, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me. Alex, talking.
Oh, now you're only on one ear of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Vinny just got way quieter for me.
Yes, hold on. I put myself into here. Hold on 1 sec.
Fascinating. There you are. Now you're normal.
Ooh, something fell down in my house. Yeah, you guys sound good to me. How about now?
How about now?
How about
we get started and then we'll figure some more out as we go? Because
that sounds like a plan to me.
How about now?
All right. How about
better
now?
Sounds okay. Everyone sounds great. Sounds great now.
Fantastic.
How about now to launch this game?
Yes. How about now, Brown Cow? All right.
How about?
Should we take it over?
Let's check out. Yeah.
Let's get the game audio going and see how it does.
Okay.
I love the way this game starts.
Here we go, Brad.
Over. I just like this little flourish at the beginning.
All right.
I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, Vinny, I'm not hearing the gameplay.
Oh, that's a shame, because this game has tons of analog, scratchy, like guitar amplifier, guitar string, hand-on strings, fretboard, scratchy sounds.
Alex,
I
are you
really
hearing?
appreciate.
Are you connected to everything?
I'm connected to your thing.
Okay. I'm gonna just give you this in vMix then.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. To my everything. I had to restart the computer a lot. All right, let's get into it, Brad.
All right. Oh man, there goes the drift. This game is making me realize that my controller is developing drift. I'm not the only one I've seen saying that. It's got. So first of all, it's got Destiny menus everywhere. This thing. And this thing's very sensitive, and so this thing will tell you quickly if you were developing stick drift on your DualSense or not.
Do you remember who else had stick drift?
I saw Jeff Grubb saying the exact same thing. That was of like, oh, the menu, that cursor in Deathloop is making me realize my sticks are drifting now. It's a rude awakening. But
I've had stick drift for like 3 weeks. I've been complaining about it. I use my daughter's controller now.
Man, super good.
So Brad, you're on PS5, correct?
Yes, yeah, we're both playing on PS5. Vinny.
Yes. Yes. So here's your.
Where should we start?
So basically,
start?
Yeah, let's start. I think you should go after a new slab. So why don't you go after a visionary, and I'll kind of set up the game for folks who are just jumping in here. So
Yeah,
you play.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you play as Colt, and you're on this island that is one glorious party island full of a bunch of kind of rich assholes who decided to come to this island. It's like the island of rich industrialist superheroes, like X-Men. And there's a bunch of them, and if you kill them all, you can break the loop. So your mission here, for unknown reasons, is because he doesn't even know. You kind of wake up with amnesia. Is to kill all the visionaries. Each one of them has a superpower, and then go. It's got a Mega Man style thing to it, where you can get their superpower.
You can kind of pick who you go after first, and you get their power when you kill them. But you have to make a lot of choices about what you keep from loop to loop, because you can't keep everything.
Yeah.
Also, the whole setup of this game is basically like if Elon Musk found an island where time repeats the same day over and over, and instead of putting that toward the good of humanity, he just turned it into like a hedonist's paradise where they could just hang out and party the same day over and over.
Yes.
That's basically what this game is about.
So why don't you go after...
Yeah, so this is kind of like I don't know, like a rumor board sort of thing, I guess. Like each one of these tracks is a different visionary. There's that drift. That you have to go after. There's so much to keep up with in this game. Like these icons here are which times of day each of these leads are active for. Because you have to worry about, so you can actually pick what time of day you want to go to each one of these.
Right. So you're in the morning right now.
Yes. You start in the morning, so it's morning, noon, afternoon, and night. And it's pretty cool because like each one of these, there's only 4 maps. Like initially I was like, this game seems kind of small. There's only 4 maps and they're not huge, but they redress these pretty significantly for each time of day.
Yeah.
And change up the mechanics and like who is there and what's going on and all
like
that stuff. So,
a snowstorm comes in.
Yeah, like a snowstorm covers everything in the afternoon. Like the complex, I don't know if you've been to the complex at night, but there's no enemies there, but there's a zillion booby traps.
Yes, definitely.
It's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of variation there. So, okay.
So why don't you pick something that has a morning thing and jump in.
Let's see here then. Also, you've got arsenal leads, which point you to like weapons and powers.
Yeah.
Which are separate from the visionary leads, except kind of not. Also, dude, there's just so much to.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean, it's like kind of a detective game. Like it's cool in that way. Like they give you like a little subset of information about who everybody is and where they are at the beginning, but then there's a whole lot of like piecing together more about that stuff as you go to expand all these leads. And it's like a cool detective-y kind of thing. Yeah,
it's a little most of it's on rails. It'll pretty much point you where you want to go once you're for the most part. I found 80 to 90% of the time. Sometimes you'll have to just explore and find stuff on your own, but pick one and let's jump in.
How
about the
let's see. That one's at noon. Who's in the morning?
That power station? The station?
Yeah, Harriet was. Yeah, that's not a visionary. That's just a random lead. I don't think that leads to anybody. Let's try Charlie, maybe?
Okay. You can
Sound
always
good?
you can sleep it off until
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah, so if you don't want to go to any of these in the morning where something is happening already, you can just be like, oh, let's just jump ahead to the next phase.
So the interesting thing about the moving ahead and stuff like that is you as we talk about this, there'll be some early game spoilers in this part. Later on, we'll have possibly more spoilers in a later game, but you're trying to figure out how to break this loop by killing all these visionaries, but everything resets at midnight or at the end of the day, including your inventory, unless you have spent some currency called residuum to keep it in your inventory. So it's got this kind of run-based mechanic in it because it's kind of a loot game as well. So
yes, it sure is.
So you've got your loot, and then you can infuse things. Anything with the red hourglass on it is going to vanish come the next loop unless you drop some points into it, which is, I think, a pretty neat mechanic for this game.
It is. It forces a lot of choices. Like you, at least where I'm at in the game, you are ending up every loop with not nearly enough residuum to keep everything you found. So you really have to make choices about what is most important to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We should mention also one of the things that you and I found with the deluxe edition. It starts you off with some pretty sick shit. Like it is you early on get some pretty good guns.
I'm pretty
and
sure
trinkets.
these two were just in my inventory.
Yeah, because you can't break them down either.
Oh, is that the case?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, they don't do a great job of telling you what is what. Okay, so sorry, I just got some new trinkets last time. I don't want to see what I got here.
So one of the guns you get is a silenced pistol, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
I would think that would be important for what you're trying to do here.
It's pretty good.
That thing is pretty good. That thing is pretty good. Man, I don't know if I can give up any of these.
Don't?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Ain't no law that says you gotta.
All right, let's just stick with what we got for now.
Once you
Yes.
it looks like you have Aether and what? Oh yeah, jump in and we'll go over your powers.
Oh,
that you have.
did I leave? Okay, yeah, let's put both of this. Okay.
So the one that you have, Aether, is the invisibility, which I found to be almost, for me, useless until it was powered up, because it drains so quickly.
It does drain very fast, but I am a habitual stealth player.
Really fuck these people up.
Also,
these two, which you're a part of.
So are you.
two hate each
Everyone
other.
still thinks it's the first day. No one chose this.
Better this way.
So-
Memory can be a treasure and also a curse.
Profound. You trying to forget anything specific?
You would know.
that was like the most civil exchange I have ever heard them have. Like they are usually at each other's throats.
So you remember, not everybody remembers their previous loop. You remember your previous loop, and Julianna remembers her previous loop.
Is that the breakdown? It's just those two?
Well, yeah, I mean, without going into details of some of the story stuff, like
Okay.
that's the setup. So you and she are sparring constantly every loop about, you've got this kind of antagonistic vibe with each other. She wants you dead to stop this, and she is kind of saying that you've been doing this over and over, and she's so tired of your BS. And it's, for the most part, I think it works pretty well.
Yeah. I generally enjoy their banter quite a bit, as acrimonious as it is.
I mean, that kind of dynamic only really works if the character actors are good.
The smarm can get a little intense at times.
Yeah.
That guy's dead.
So everybody vanishes into a mist, and they come back the next loop. It's but like a stealth game, other characters will see the shadow left on the ground from a death, and so they will see dead bodies like
so
that.
Even though there's no body here, they will still freak out when they see. Does it go away after a while?
I've never actually one of the power-ups lets it go away. Yeah.
That's the either upgrade I just got makes them not drop that smoke.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow. You got that first. So I didn't realize the drops might be random for some of the order you got them in. I feel like I got that later.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that was my first either upgrade. I was hoping it would just be drains the meter slower.
So my
All right.
first ether upgrade was it doesn't drain when you're not moving.
Oh, interesting. Those, I guess they are randomized then.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, mine was enemies don't leave smoke when you kill them. You can tag people, kind of Far Cry style.
So do you not have that equipped?
Oh, I wonder. Well, it's too late to check. So you can't go into your loadout mid-mission.
Yes.
You can only do it between time periods. I didn't manually equip it. I just assumed it would stay in that slot, but maybe it did not.
Didn't think endless fun would be so fucking cold.
Ew. I think one of my favorite dynamic about the story, the way this loop is happening, is just how fast and loose all these people play with their own mortality.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these cases of people just like goading some guy to jump off a cliff. They're just like, I want to see what it looks like when you break your spine. And like, people are just like completely risking their lives left and right because nobody cares, because they're just going to repeat the same day over and over again forever. Like they oh boy.
It is
Recreational
very
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, like that's 100% it. Like they straight up treat it like immortality. Like, they refer to it that way. It's a really interesting dynamic.
So
so you got your hack-a-majig here, which you know, it's pretty standard Arkane immersive sim. Like that's your hack device.
Mm-hmm.
So I have just hacked this security camera so it cannot see.
Good hacking.
And you can kind of out of the gate, your hack-a-majig feels pretty much like it can hack anything that is communicable, like anything that has an antenna.
Yeah.
Anything that can communicate, not communicable like a disease, like anything that can transmit. Communicative.
Anything what maybe got a radio in it.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting example where if you come back here, at least at night, if not earlier, maybe even in the afternoon, like this hallway will then be lined with like security turrets and stuff like that. Like things get worse over time in a lot of places.
This game also has an interesting ramp up where, when you kill with the visionaries, which are the bosses basically that have the powers, they call them slabs. As you kill them, the loop, they call it loop stress, I think, in the game. So as you kill them, loop fatigue, is that what it is? The game gets harder. So the more you kill without you resetting your own loop, the harder and harder the game gets, but the better the drops get. So you have a unique slab, as does Julianna. Your unique one allows you, if you look on Brad's, on the left of his screen under his health bar, he's got infinity sign with a ×2 underneath it. He can respawn twice, basically rewinds time, lets him try again. He has 2 lives basically before he resets the loop. So his slab lets him do that, but after he dies the 3rd time, he loses everything he has and he'll wake back up in the morning. I believe killing Julianna, if she invades the game, that's that multiplayer mechanic, she can invade the game and hunt you. If you kill her, not only does she drop slabs, which is awesome, I think it resets your lives.
So is that randomized when she decides to do that?
So it's online, and people can invade your game. We'll try that out later. Or you can turn it off and play offline, and she just kind of randomly does it.
And that's just AI, right?
That's just AI, and the AI isn't that great. You could just you could farm slabs basically.
We'll get into it later when we try that out. But man, somebody was on the hunt last night and really wrecked my good time.
So
I had to change to friends only at a certain point because somebody with an early copy of this game was just going ham last night.
So I've only played friends only because I just don't want to deal with random strangers ruining your thing. Like you can really get messed up.
I lost progress. I straight up I was halfway through a map and that somebody showed up and just smoked me, and I was like, well, there goes all that progress.
Yeah, and there are some. We'll get into it in the multiplayer. We'll save it for later.
So I just picked up a lead here based on just ambient dialogue from random NPCs I was just standing near. I don't know if you saw that, but that's one of the many ways. Like there's documents, there's computer terminals and stuff, or just conversations that give you all these tips for timed events.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like so and so will be here at this time doing this, and like you can try to disrupt what they're doing to change the flow of events, stuff like that. Like it's got kind of a Hitman vibe in that way of like, okay, I know this guy is gonna die in the morning at this specific spot. Unless I can stop it from happening, maybe that'll change how things play out, right?
The other thing is that you're tagging everybody. If you can tag them to kind of keep them on the map, you can also, which is this next part is not as useful, I found. You can hold down the tagging button to kind of see what weapons they're carrying and if there's anything special about them. Which
through walls.
I don't think you can. I think it's all line of sight.
Yeah, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause some NPCs will have actual decent loot, and this will tell you.
They have.
You can also see them glowing.
Yeah, they glow too. You have like a super grenade as well. That is like a transforming grenade that you can use as a mine, a proximity mine, a proximity grenade, tripwire.
Yes, I should probably use the grenades more. I kind of. Whoa, boy. Hello.
Oh boy.
I think they saw you.
Time to fight. Time to fight. What do we got? Oh boy. Let's try those grenades.
Music gets nice and jazzy.
Yes.
Yeah, this game has got a real 60s mod kind of vibe going on. Boy, I need health.
So, Tommy Dingo, there are no checkpoints, but as you see, Brad kind of rewinds and respawns twice. So that'll happen twice in the game. Unless you get Julianna, which I think resets it. And if he dies 2 more times, you'll restart the day over again.
Yeah, the whole loop is gone. So it's also got a Dark Souls-y thing of I drop all my residuum when I die.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll answer some questions from the chat here as we go. Holes in DK in the chat says you have to kill all the targets in one run. Can time run out? So time doesn't basically move forward as the day won't change. Morning won't change to afternoon once you're in a time period. So you can kind of take your time, except for like Brad said, some things are moving forward clockwork style within the level. So you do have to do that. But the idea is you have to figure out a way to kill all these visionaries within one day. And there are 5 or 6, and there's only like 4 time periods.
I think it's 8.
8 visionaries?
Yeah. And some of them are only exposed for 1 or 2 time slots. So like,
yeah,
I'm guessing you've done some of this. Yeah, I haven't actually done it. I'm just guessing, but like, it seems like. Oh boy.
Well, that's the loop of the game. Is you basically are trying to figure out how to solve this puzzle. How do you kill?
Here's a little, yes. Sorry. Here's a little tip.
Yeah.
To start hacking something, you don't have to keep line of sight to something to hack it, which I thought you did at first.
You just have to have line of sight when you start it.
It's like it's a super cool loop because you're killing individual visionaries to get their powers and to learn more about who they are and what they do. But then ultimately you're gonna have to find ways to like bunch them up, right? Like make them overlap with each other, like kind of redirect their flow of events so that they will be in a position where you can get multiple ones.
And it's a bit on rails for figuring that stuff out. Like there's a lot of one of the questions here: do the waypoints kind of ruin the puzzle part of it? It's pretty on rails. It's pretty fun though. Like I think the part when they don't have a waypoint for certain things, I find it a little aimless, and I get a little frustrated with some of it. I think your mileage may vary for your patience, but they'll usually point you to the thing you need to read or do. Another nice thing they do in this is once you find like a safe code, and this is Dishonored, I think did this as well. I want to say it basically lets you autofill the safe code. You don't have to remember it in your head or go through your notes.
And there's a lot of that. There are a ton of codes. There's a bunch of weird little puzzles that I found. Don't seem necessarily like they pertain to the visionaries themselves, but each map has a bunch of like little side stories, basically.
So yeah, they do. Like, and so you get these kind of internal. This is all internal in Colt's head. Your character's head is seeing all these things.
You get a lot of running internal monologue stuff with all this.
This guy Charlie has taken his eternal life and basically made a live action video game where everybody's competing against each other to hunt. I believe it's an infected member of your. The premise is there's an infected member of your team. And you have to go hunt the one who's infested, but you're here to hunt Charlie. And if you are played Dishonored, holy cow, this is extremely Dishonored.
It really just like feels like it. I think even just like wouldn't you say even just the movement, the controls feel? I mean, it's same.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is very Dishonored, which is not a bad thing. I mean,
yeah.
But we'll probably see later on, or even here, once you get Shift, you'll be like, this is just fucking Dishonored.
I'm a big fan of the neck snapping flourishes they've added here. There's so many different neck snaps.
Oh boy. one of the trinkets you get is a double jump, which I believe you probably have equipped.
Why did that pop? Was somebody talking about this and I just couldn't hear it? It just kind of popped out of nowhere. Somebody was probably chatting about that over there. I can't go that way at all.
That's gonna take more than a double jump.
Any other questions in the chat? I can try and answer.
Yeah.
I think I'm nearing. I feels like I'm nearing a crescendo on my playthrough, so I'm not sure actually how far along I am, but it feels pretty deep.
This is a bad idea. Probably, maybe not.
Here's a question I have. As far as like the repetition of the loops, obviously like you're going down different paths, you're trying to figure out where everyone's going to be. Is there a feeling of like stagnation that sets in at any point, or is there like enough variety here to where the loop itself does not feel like it's really dragging?
So I think between levels, between time periods, the levels really change quite a bit. The game gets much harder as you don't die. That changes. Also, the powers you have, like Brad is playing extremely stealthily and extremely cautiously. Usually when I run through these now, I'm just a murder machine. Like I just run through and use my powers and obliterate everybody. Most of the levels, yeah.
Last run, I got a trinket that causes you to not. Whoa, boy! Oh shit! Wow. That was bad for her. I got a trinket last run that makes you not take damage from poison gas, and I didn't take it on this run. So I didn't know this was gonna be here.
That stuff is flammable. If you were if you want to,
do you have fire?
Or you can make sure you back up though.
Probably be arranged in one way or another.
This game also it's got this 60s vibe, right? 60s and 70s, so that you a lot of things run off a battery. A lot of things you can turn off a lot of things in places. Careful, it might come back. I'm not sure how this.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Also, I mean, was this just a dead end?
I think so, yeah. But you got a trinket.
So I think the variety is pretty good, Alex. I think.
Okay.
There are a couple of spots where you're just like, the thing I need to do is in the afternoon. I don't really have anything to do in the morning right now, so I'm just gonna go on a run to try and upgrade a slab or something, or I'm gonna try and go get some residuum or something.
There's the maps are super dense, and there's so much to discover in each one that like you're constantly learning new stuff. You're constantly seeing new opportunities.
Yeah, like this map. Most of the maps have a Hitman-esque MacGuffin in it. That's like, hey, you can go shoot this guy, or you can make him drink the poison tea, or something like that, right? Like you can make the moose head fall on him. Oh boy.
I think they saw you.
Gun variety was a question that was asked. I'd say the gun variety is decent, but
that was a ways away.
Yeah.
It's decent, but
I forgot to re-equip my thing.
I think I've maybe had about 10 different types of guns.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, there were guys there too. Okay.
It's going great. Hey, let's fight. Oh. You take a lot of damage in this game.
Yes.
Are there upgrades for that? I'm about to die again. Whoa! I always forget that when you switch to the melee weapon, you have to manually switch back to guns.
Y'all got loops.
Probably tells you how much combat I've been doing. I've been playing almost entirely stealth because that's just how I like to play. But it's cool. I think that Mega Man comparison is like pretty apt because, again, they tell you which power each of these visionaries has, and you can literally just say like that's what I did. I was like, hey, I like playing stealth, so I'm going to get the invisibility power first. And in fact, I've gone and gotten that one twice because when you get it over and over, it upgrades. But there's like, let's see, what are some of the other powers? There's like
Carnesis. Carnesis, is that what it calls it?
It sounds like it's basically telekinesis. It just lets you throw people around.
Yeah,
there's this one is just straight up super strength, so you can get ones that are much more combat focused if that's how you want to play. Like, it is pretty cool that you can just kind of pick your route. Should I try that one again?
Yeah, why don't you try that one again and try and just get there as quickly as you can for for Charlie.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget to upgrade your put the
Oh yes, yes.
the upgrade in.
I assumed that when you got that upgrade, it would just stay in there, but apparently not.
It usually does if you loop with it in. If you
Okay.
if you make it to the next day with everything in, it remembers your loadout.
Okay. I infused it and moved on. That was a morning or a noon?
That was a noon or early afternoon, I think. Have I played with the multiplayer stuff? I did one. I started as Julianna and then stopped. I've been kind of focusing on the cult side of things. You get like cosmetic upgrades, I think, for playing as Julianna. There might be some other stuff. They give you a little intro. Heads up when you do the intro, it's a little spoilery. That's why I kind of avoided it.
Yeah, you have a.
This place, every single person here is out to kill me.
The ranting stage. Earlier this time.
Every second, every day.
Next you'll ask if this is really the afterlife. Eternal punishment for your shitty, selfish existence. And I laugh and I say, ooh, definitely.
It's a pretty good I don't think I've had one repeat, or I assume they'll just stop. I don't think it'll repeat.
I have not had a repeat.
And I've gone through a lot of fucking doors.
And there are a bunch that are tied to the map and the time of day.
And what you did previously.
Yeah, like she'll talk about specifically the exact situation that you're in. So this kind of home base like tunnel system that he uses to get between maps. Each one has 2 exits. Of course, I guess I can't go this way. I don't have the code. But typically, they're like kind of two fairly different routes out of the tunnels into the map.
Oh, that's wild. Your code is different than mine.
Oh wow, really?
That is weird.
That's
I have it
weird.
memorized because you see it constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like mine's 7, 6, something, something.
That's weird. That is very strange.
Relag asks how fast to get Blink. That was the first thing I got, having played a decent amount of, or a lot of Dishonored. Was like, I just need to go. They call it Shift here. It was basically Blink.
They give it to you as a tutorial. They're like, hey, here's how a slab works. You can try it out, but then you don't get to keep it. You have to go back and get it manually. So. Shortcuts. Yeah, so there's all kinds of weird stuff like this around. Which, I'm not sure, is this? Tons of little just like one-off puzzles. Like there's something on this map that I've discovered called the Pact of Smoke. Have you seen that?
I'm not sure.
It's just a little side. It's just like a little side story in one of the random apartments around
Oh
here.
yeah,
Like,
with the hookah.
I think so. And there's a lock with 3 different codes.
Yes.
It appears to be some kind of pact that 3 people made, and I've got one of their codes right now.
Yes. I think I only have one. But it's like a poison gas thing. Like you said, people are just playing fast and loose with their mortality.
I just kind of go, well, I'm curious. Like,
Oh, you're going loud.
it seems like the maybe there's a Dishonored thing, I don't remember, but like the kind of like alert level awareness stuff seems pretty compartmentalized. It's like I can run in here and just shoot these people, and it's not like the whole map is not going to activate all of a sudden and have everybody come at me, right?
So that definitely gets worse. Also the sound you make, people get like super hearing, where like if you just don't crouch for a second, everybody gets alerted. But also you're so godly by that point, you can escape pretty easily.
What's up with the oxygen?
I remember this place. It's the library. It is the library. Let's just go. He'll be fine. Didn't see anything.
You saw nothing.
Hello.
Joe Fairweather asked about the invasion and how big a part it is. Like, I've been playing friends only on the invasion, and so you can kind of basically turn it off so that you're not getting invaded by random strangers. Or I think you can even set it to just offline if you want. I have not engaged with it too much on the invasion side of it. It's not where I'm getting. I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of enjoyment from that. I'll have to see once we get in. It's like, it seems like the point is to disrupt somebody who's playing the game.
Like I said, it's like borderline griefing because I lost a bunch of progress.
So like, I don't know if that's something I'm gonna engage with too much. And like I said, you do get some cosmetic stuff. You get some suits for Colt.
I'm really enjoying watching you run up on dudes.
Like, will it have legs? I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's got a rank. There's like a hunter rank that she has that you increase by killing more players, but I don't know what that leads to. I think that's how you unlock a lot of the outfits, but like it's a first-person game, so I'm not really sure how much value there is in different outfits. But
you see him at the end when you get your summary screen, but like, yeah, it's, you know, I don't think it's a huge part of this part of the game. I think maybe once you're done and you want something to do afterward, maybe that's more fun. But like Julianna invading your world right now,
oh boy,
it just kind of bums me out. So I just basically turned it off.
Yeah,
like it's not something I wanted to stress about. I'm here for the story. Thank you.
Are they doing much with? So we're playing on PS5. Vinny, you're also playing on PS5, correct?
Yeah.
So do they do much with like the haptic stuff with the controller?
Not a ton.
Okay.
Oh, see, here's another cool. See, it said something about at noon there is a sniper nest that I can access. So like that's kind of what I meant about like the stuff not getting repetitive. There's just so much to find in each map that tips you off about more stuff you can do. Like again, like there's only 4 maps and they're not huge, but they seem very dense. There's a lot to discover and figure out.
So at a certain point, you will collect pretty much all the information you need to go on the multi-kill run, and it is all really just kind of getting ready and planning for that.
Guy in the bathroom. Zoe's in the bathroom. Yes. So you are basically setting up the perfect. What you are trying to do is set up the perfect kill for all the visionaries.
Kill streak, rather.
Yeah, a multi kill.
Yeah, where you got to kind of stack them, lure them together, and stuff like that. Like the question I have that people will figure out over time. Oh boy, I don't think that's not a place to go at all. Is like just playing armchair game designer. Is there one perfect run? Is there exactly one way to do it right and beat the game? Or I wonder if there are a bunch of different options for doing, getting the full kind of 8 kill in one day.
Yeah. I don't know yet. Hey, I will say this, Brad. I've tried this a couple of times. I think you can do the double jump right before you hit the ground.
Yes, you definitely can do that.
So like you could, I think, jump out that window and then double jump. I feel like sometimes I miss it and just die. And
yes,
so
you could definitely do the Wile E. Coyote thing of like, why don't you just jump off the slab of rock right before it touches the ground?
But I feel like I mess it up too much. You did the roll, the commando roll.
It didn't work.
I feel like that's what has happened to me. I have done it too, but like a 6 out of 10 success rate.
I bet you have to do the first jump.
Maybe.
I bet if you just fall off, it won't let you activate the jump. I bet you have to actually do a jump to get the second jump. Okay, sure.
How much am I enjoying this game? I really am enjoying this game. I've been kind of playing it for a while now, and just want to jump in and do some runs. The only thing I've had a problem with is, I kind of feel like sometimes they don't last too long, but you gotta, for me, I kind of have to finish a run before I put the game down. I have to get to the next time period because.
So it does, because it doesn't save mid-run. You lose your progress from the start of the map if you don't finish it.
Yeah, and my PS5 has been doing that thing where it just powers off, in rest mode, or my kids will close the game, so. Sometimes I just have to go through it, but it's fine. These aren't usually that long, and you could always run back to the your point, your vault if you need. But that will move the day forward. You can't stay in the same day.
Yes. So like if you're on a map in the morning and you need to bail, you can't come back there in the morning. Like you have to. It'll be noon when you pop back out. So you got to get whatever you need to get done.
Yeah. I mean, you could, and it's just like one of those things. I'm far enough along in the game where I've got a certain thing I need to do in the morning, and that's the only thing I need to do. So if I don't do it in the morning, I'm just kind of burning time for the rest of the time periods, or like just doing some busy work.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, you could sleep through the rest of it, but I don't know, it feels wasteful.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fast to start a loop over. Like I've had loops where I just went straight to night because that's what I needed to do next. All right, let's not set off that explosion this time.
Question: do you feel like you're learning more of what you need to do each run? Definitely. Like,
yes, that is the core of the game. It's super satisfying.
Like there are, I have for each of my visionaries, I have like what I feel like is the best way to get to them quickly. Like for Charlie, I have a totally different way than Brad is going to go find him, but this is basically your first runs through this level, right?
Well, not this level. I've been to this level a bunch of times, but I've never been up to this specific, the weird funhouse.
Oh, that's what I mean, right? The Charlie run.
Yeah. So I'm seeing all this for the first time, but.
And it's great because you can beat Charlie in like, from coming into this map, maybe a minute and a half. Like if you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can.
Speed runs are going to be interesting for this
Yeah, they'll be wild.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm really curious about.
I've always been bad at Arkane stealth. Like the enemies just seem like they're on a hair trigger for noticing you.
Yeah, they are pretty sensitive.
I mean, you're a guy with a machine gun skulking around. Like, you notice things like that.
Oh boy.
That could work to our advantage.
Lieutenant?
If we steal their batteries, we could power up the engine.
Burn them to a crisp.
I'm revealing to you another gameplay opportunity.
A thing I didn't learn until way later in the game, but might help players who are just getting in. All the turrets have batteries in them, and you can take them out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because
I had known that.
Yeah.
You just blew Brad's mind.
Well, because
there's a bunch of,
batteries
like-
are so unique.
Yeah, well, they're very rare, but also a bunch of those little one-off side puzzle story deals that I was talking about rely on you like finding a battery and powering something up. So if I'd known that, I could have done more of those without hunting for a battery.
Yeah, and the batteries run out, so you have to recharge them. There's a whole battery mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
They work as grenades as well. Another question, sorry if this has been asked before, but are the visionaries in the same place for each player? Yeah, the maps are very clockwork. Unless you've done something at a previous time of day to cause them to not be in their spot, they are going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, like I really, I don't want to harp on the Hitman comparison too much, but it really feels like that. Like just learning these spaces, learning the flow of events, like finding all these things you can do that aren't obvious at the outset.
But like it's their lair. They like live in their lair. Everyone's kind of themed, kind of like Hitman, and Charlie has the shift ability, so he's going to be warping around this level. And there are things called null effect fields that you can lay down to stop slabs from working. But it also, Brad, you mentioned this, I didn't know this, but stops your slabs from working, including your respawn slab.
Yes.
Which is wild.
Yes. Kind of field like slab disruptors, basically. So like, again, like fighting the guy who is invisible, who has the invisible power, real pain in the ass. Like he's very hard to see. But you can throw those things down, and then he wouldn't be able to be invisible in that field. But by the same token, you lose your extra lives when you're in that field. So
some of the design feels very thought out and very clever.
Yeah, it's really one of the most interesting games I've played. And whoa, boy.
Here's a good question: is there any advantage or disadvantage to not killing anyone on a run? Not that I have found, thank goodness. So I do not think I'm going to get the worst ending or the morality or anything else. Everybody respawns the next loop. Nobody cares, right? So hopefully I'm not gonna get the worst ending because I have just been clearing maps out.
It seems like a game that encourages that sort of thing.
Oh, for sure.
Another question here: do you think, with the time limit mechanic, do you think you could do it completely? See another playthrough being done completely differently, or there's a time loop let you experiment all you want? I think you kind of, I don't know. This is from playing through it. It feels a bit guided on rails to funnel you into a thing.
Yeah, that's what I was asking before. Is I wonder how much variability there actually is in a quote unquote like perfect run. Like
I don't know. I honestly I just don't know. It feels like it's pushing me into a thing though.
It's kind of how I feel too. Like there may just be like one golden path through the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean you might be able to shortcut it or like sequence break something.
So have you? And this is based off a question here from Brecker545. is killing visionaries as fun as killing contracts at Hitman? Are there a lot of fun ways to kill them? And yeah, I guess my follow-up there was like, is there actually much variety in like how you would approach a kill? Are there traps you can set, things like that?
Definitely.
Okay, this is ridiculous. This
So
is ridiculous.
well, you don't like Hell Crasher? So yeah, each level seems like it has stuff that's like, let the oxygen out of all the rooms, or for example, or like drop the chandelier on somebody's head, or do stuff. I mean, it's obviously it's a sequence of events that is programmed into the level, so you have to do all the sequences to do it. But it does seem like that.
Goodbye. Oh boy. Ooh.
Performance-wise on the PS5, I think it runs really well.
Yeah. Okay.
Load times are good. Like,
oh man. On. Wait. Oh shit.
Oh, they're coming from down there.
you are pretty fragile in this game. Like,
you take damage fast. Like,
you also have a limited recharge of health. It goes up to Brad's where he is now. That's how much health he'll get back every time he loses some, but only up to that point. But they put healing items all over the map.
So I'm guessing like there's a limit on like how much mitigation you can do with that over time, like in terms of like buffs.
Yeah, like I've got a buff
stronger.
that gets me closer to about halfway.
Okay.
Question here from the Twitch. Can you go guns blazing from the start, or is stealth highly encouraged? I think you could go guns blazing from the start. Like,
dude.
You can clear entire
probably.
maps. Yeah, I think some maps are much harder than others. Like Brad's destroying this entire fortress here, which is full of baddies. There's one at the end in the evening. I believe it's Alexi's, which I find very hard to do, to kill everyone. But the AI is very video game AI. If you can find a room, you can very much get into a kill room situation where they just keep running through the door. Yeah.
They even mentioned that in some of the tutorials. They're like, the Eon Project did not hire for people with long memories. Like, they'll forget they saw you after 15 seconds. Like, it's
Mort asked, does the gameplay in this feel as good as it looks? I think it feels really good. I think it is. I mean, that's Arkane has always done game feel pretty damn well.
I think I would prefer playing it on a mouse and keyboard personally. Or I wish there were a little more. I wish there were a few more tweaks for like stick dead zone stuff like that. But that's just a personal thing.
Are all the NPCs hostile? Yeah, everybody wants you dead.
Yeah,
they make no bones about it. They broadcast it over the loudspeaker. Everybody is out to kill you.
Okay, so I guess that's a permanent alarm going off now. Like that's the thing I was trying to figure out.
I think there might be. I think there might be a way to turn that off.
Like, have I just permanently set this entire level on alert now, or? Oh boy.
Lasers.
Kind of gotten some Singularity vibes from this game here and there, which is like for the 5 people that remember Singularity, which deserve to be remembered by more people than that. The game is cool.
Gerp asked, do you think it's possible to beat on the first boot? I do not. I think you have to, or I assume on the first loop. I think it's a forced reloop.
Oh yeah. You like the tutorial phase for this game is very long. They make you go through like 3-4 loops before you've got all the mechanics available.
But I could be wrong. Maybe knowing what I know now, if I went back to it, maybe I could, break out of it and do something. I don't know. But it's pretty forced.
It is a cleverly designed enough game that I could see them putting some hooks in there for stuff like that. Where...
Don't forget you have your hackamajig. If you.
Oh wait, was that something you can hack? Oh,
let's find out.
I constantly forget about my hackamajig.
I kind of do too, but also I don't think I've seen one of these before. Hack tons of security cameras and turrets and stuff. But... Speak of the devil. One of my favorite things to do in this game is just hack a security turret next to a bunch of enemies and just let it go to town.
Yeah, they also turn into suitcases that you can carry around and just throw out there.
That is also pretty awesome. It's a turret with the ace of spades on the side.
Yep.
Now I can just carry it around.
Charlie, everybody here is
gamers.
Everybody here is some kind of asshole and pretty damaged in some way, which is good because you're murdering them over and over again. But
the visionaries are real pieces of shit.
Charlie's a real piece of work. Charlie and 2-bit.
What is? Who are? Well, I shouldn't ask. I'll start asking.
You find out. Yeah.
Okay, I figured. Oh, the Yerva. That's something from a different map that I have been wondering about. Well,
how's the side stuff, like the audio logs and the lore nonsense?
It's good. I mean, it fleshes out the visionaries and the state of things on this island, but also, again, it's crucial for piecing together what your actual path through this game is. Like you basically couldn't finish this game without engaging with all that stuff, because that's how you learn about a lot of opportunities and a lot of different routes, where people are going to be at different times, stuff like that.
There's an audio log right there.
Like practically every one of these that you pick up, you'll see a pop-up there saying like, oh, you know, here's another detail about somebody.
Hey, Charlie.
That you might want to remember, because it might come in handy later.
You're like the best of us. You know what I'm laying down? Oh, I really love your body. And your huge, giant mind. I want to touch it.
That was confusing for several different reasons.
All right. Also, you get some good fake aim logs.
So the interesting thing about these are they're happening throughout the day, so you see the rest of these conversations as you check the computer.
Oh,
if you're checking in the morning, there'll be more in the afternoon and more in the evening to flesh it out.
These two together. Time to break some hearts.
Okay, yeah. So there's like, you know, there's a clue that you might be able to get the two of them together somehow. For example.
Yeah, and so it's like you can kind of not pay attention if that's your thing to that stuff, and it'll just point you in the right direction. So
I'm gonna find you.
That's some of the hand holding that's in it.
Yeah. Oh. Is that him?
That was definitely him.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Yes, so very unsurprisingly, generally when you fight the visionaries, they are full on using whatever power it is that you're trying to take from them. So this guy's probably going to be blinking all over this place.
Are you tracking the Kill Charlie quest?
I believe so. Also, this game doesn't pause when you go into any of this, does it?
No.
Same like it.
Yeah, so if you track the Kill Charlie quest, it'll actually track him.
That should be this one, right?
I think that you're on Toss Charlie's bedroom, but if you go to the weapon one.
Oh, okay. See, like that's where it gets a little confusing. It's like I would think that tracking the visionary lead would be the one that would track his location.
No, you were on the like searching his bedroom for stuff.
Right, but that was under the visionary leads, where
yes,
like under the arsenal lead, like right. Hello.
There he is.
Nope.
Well, he's dead. All right, sure. So the visionaries drop a ton of residuum when you kill them, which is nice. Because they also drop a zillion trinkets and weapons.
So you're going to be in a situation now where you're going to have to dump one of your trinkets.
Yeah, or one of my guns.
But no, a slab. You're going to have to dump a slab to take this one.
Oh.
And leave it here.
Oh, that stinks.
Right. So I think it's interesting, but you'll get them back because they're both infused. But for the rest of the day, you won't have it.
For the rest of this day, yeah. And so that happens every time. The first time you absorb a new power.
Every time you absorb a new power, when you absorb the upgrade, they just go back to your pocket. But when you get a new slab, so it's one of those things where, like you're swapping out because you can only carry 2 extra ones with you.
I've never actually used Nexus before. I didn't go kill her because I wanted Nexus. I just wanted to explore that map. So Nexus ties multiple enemies together. It's like a grenade.
It's fucking great.
And, I mean, I could see why it would be useful. Basically, like it connects a bunch of enemies, and then whatever happens to one of them happens to all of them. I can see that would be useful, but I just got it this
That's
morning.
my everyday carry.
But same for guns, you know, like I've got a bunch of good guns here.
But if they're infused,
Yeah,
then you'll
these
just
are
get
all
them back.
infused,
But you
so-
will lose any trinkets that you put in them as well. So
Does it mark weapons here that are not infused? Would I be able to tell that I was getting rid of something? I'm not sure that that's the case.
I always made sure to infuse any purples. So I always tried to make sure that.
Yeah, I do too. I just it's a shotgun.
But the thing that would always surprise me is like, oh
that's
right,
a good reload.
This gun's awesome. I carry this gun still. It also slows down characters. This gun rips.
It looks like it rips.
Like 3 on a meter.
Yeah.
I could definitely tell I'm going to want more trinkets to give me more power energy.
Right. Yes. So,
Soon.
so I think they did this better in Dishonored. But if you hold down the shift like at a wall, it'll flick from: are you going to jump up the wall, or are you going to like a ledge that you would be able to climb? It's yeah. See, like it was like on top of it. Sometimes it's bursting up, and sometimes it's bursting to the side. The other thing that's a little tough to see is it's like flowing up. That means you're going to climb up the wall. The other thing that's a little tough to see is like try and make it to that far roof, right? It's a little hard to know the distance without being able to see the shadow of it.
This one?
Yeah, so like if you were trying to make it across a chasm, sometimes you can't see the shadow of it, and it's like, I can't see if it's on the other side or not.
Or if you're short.
Yeah, so it's a little tough. I think Dishonored was a little clearer when you were going to climb a ledge as well.
Oh boy. That doesn't look safe.
You do your
None
double
of it
jump.
looks safe, but
It's true. That went very well last time. Here goes.
remember, jump once.
There you go.
There we go.
Beautiful. Just like the pros do it.
Ooh.
Ugh.
So
Sorry, I
yeah,
don't like heights.
Any of my Dishonored fans out there, let me know what you think about the like this, right?
Your
like,
Dishonored
yeah.
fans.
Like you really can't.
So you
gotta
can
like
see it down there.
right. So when you're in
can
a
just-
rush, it's like a little tough to know if like, oh,
You do
Yeah,
it
my-
midair?
I don't know if you can do it yet. Yes, you can. I just don't think you'll stop in midair.
Is that an upgrade?
Stopping in midair is an upgrade. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That works.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
that's useful.
Dishonored fans.
That's useful.
They belong to me.
When that sign knows who's boss.
You should try that new gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also full auto, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. Yeah, it seems like you really can just kind of go combat whenever you want, right? And it's like, deal with whoever shows up, and then you're good again. Yeah, so you can.
That's very
be
good
more on
news
the
for
map.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, like the penalty for breaking stealth generally does not seem to be a huge thing. So like I could hang out in this map because there's obviously way more to do here than I have done. Or you're just gonna move on to the next time period.
Yeah, and there are some rules for getting invaded. Like there are, you'll see as you go into the invasion process. Like you can't invade people. Like I think in the beginning of a map or too far. Like there are some rules for when you'll get invaded or not.
There has to be an active visionary target on the map you're on.
That's right.
for-
Yes.
To be
Okay.
able to invade. And then if
Yeah.
you kill Julianna when she invades, she drops a slab, right? Like a
Oh
random
man,
slab.
she drops 2 usually.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
useful having the AI come in because you kind of get a free double slab.
Like if you're good at killing her, that's like a pretty fast way to upgrade your slabs, right?
And again, it tells you when she's invaded. So you just, if she invades, just get in her room and she'll just come walk through the door usually.
As the AI, at least.
As the AI, yeah.
Let me tell you, when Mystery Mr. R invaded me last night, It was quite a bit harder than that.
Well, so she also has a unique slab that lets her take the, I think it's called Masquerade. It lets her take the face or body of anybody, makes her look like any of the NPCs on the map. But the AI doesn't use it. The AI just runs around shooting.
Yes, she would like get stuck in the environment as the AI when she showed up for me and stuff. Yeah, boy, this gun really does some work, doesn't it?
Yes.
Brad has found the new best gun.
This gun is good.
Oh.
Oh no.
Brad, you want to return that slab and then I could show off some of the later stuff?
Yeah.
So we should say right here at the top, when we do this, we are going to try to avoid any significant story stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
but since there is a chance that something in there might crop up, just want to give everyone the heads up now.
Yeah, so you'll yeah, I can't promise it because stuff is happening on my radio constantly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So this
boy.
is just your chance to check out if you want to be
fucked.
careful about that.
Oh no! Wait, you have your
There's a
invisibility.
lot of people shooting you.
You can steal.
Oh my God.
You can steal residuum when you're invisible.
Might have to. Because it takes a long time. The absorption process when you're picking up your residuum takes like a good 5 or 6 seconds.
But yeah, I
Don't
said,
make it too easy for you.
I found that invisibility to be not so great until I got some upgrades for it.
Yeah, it is definitely shorter than I was hoping. Oh man, I can do this.
Oh boy.
Full auto, remember.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Dude, too many fucking people.
Vanish. You
Where'd it
can't
go,
see
though?
us.
Went that way. Oh,
Oh.
One of them figured out your ruse.
Oh, you're gonna.
you got me.
That gun.
It's a good gun. I'm in favor of this gun.
Reload. Oh,
So early weapons jam, that's was never a thing for me. You get weapons pretty quickly, or at least maybe it wasn't. I shouldn't say that because I had the stuff that came with the deluxe edition. So maybe you are using the early weapons more.
I ignored those. I intentionally did not use those bonus weapons because I wanted to play the real game, and like the bosses drop guaranteed purples anyway.
Yeah, it seemed like I was able to swap them out pretty quickly. So here you go.
Boy.
You can go invisible if it's a problem, but
I think everybody's
seems like
dead.
you're clear.
Yeah, you seem to clear out most of the problem people.
You hear some voices, I think. I have no more lives. There it is. A bit more for good measure.
Never have too much.
Is that the exit? Yes.
So when you
Low
when
on
you get
health.
invaded, the exits close until you have to hack a antenna to get out, which that's actually kind of the biggest pain in the butt about at least the AI invading you.
Just a totally random little example. There is a phone somewhere where if I use that phone, it will open this gate. Like that's just a small example of all the weird little map-specific mysteries and puzzles you're trying to solve.
You are going to play this game in a way, I could see it now, where I feel like right now you don't remember you have the blink or the dash, but you will never not forget it, and then you will miss it when you don't have it. Like it becomes such a mobility changer. I think that's maybe one of my criticisms of this. I want to use all the powers all the time, but you can only take two other ones with you.
Yeah, because you can only access your loadout in between maps, like you really have to make, and you only have 3 power slots.
There are like delivery things that I have not opened yet. I don't know if you've seen those delivery booths, which might let you
Yes.
reload
have you not
out.
opened any of those?
I have not yet.
I haven't found any of the codes that will open those yet. I don't know what the deal is with those things. There's a lot of weird little like vending machines and other types of machinery like that that I've not figured out yet.
Blow this joint.
Yeah. So
Infuse your biz.
Nice job.
You, a little rocky there for a bit. But, so you get a little wrap up.
Yeah, this is where you get to see your cosmetics if you got them.
Overview of what you've done. Like they'll list any leads, like any kind of significant information you uncovered here as well. Oh yeah, here's some more of that. You're getting it on in an undisclosed location apparently.
All the crap you got.
Yep. And I guess. Ooh.
Charlie and
there you
Phil
go.
are being naughty, flouting the protocol for a little fun. If I get in on the action, I can take them both at once.
I'm super curious where the story is going in this because, like, before he got amnesia and for some reason decided to try to break this loop, like he was part of this whole machine, right? Like
He's
part
the
of this
security
organization.
officer, yeah.
He was the kind of head of security, so.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. That's like right out there.
Right. But while that happened is like I'm dying to find out. Like,
yeah, so we could switch over to mine.
Yeah, I was just gonna real
get
fast
that slab, infuse that slab.
Yeah, so like shift is the new slab I got. You basically, like we said, you've got residuum and you have to spend it on stuff to quote unquote infuse it, which means keep it permanently. I can spend most of my residuum here. Now I have infused shift and now I can keep shift.
And you only have to do that once, right?
Per item, yes.
You can
So,
have multiple upgrades for it, but you I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe if you're, I don't know. I always burn them. I sacrifice them.
Same's true for everything. Character trinkets, weapon trinkets, weapons themselves. I just barely don't have enough residuum to keep this new awesome shotgun. Not really a problem though, because you can just go. Ooh. That's a good one.
So another thing to think about in this too, Brad, it took me a little while to wrap my head around this, is unless you die, which is a whole other thing, you don't have to worry about losing stuff until midnight. So you can go through the rest of the day and get all your residual. But if you die, you will warp to the next day and lose everything you had that wasn't. Right. So it is a risk there.
Yes. Yeah, so if you really want to be super safe, you should infuse between each map. But I've been waiting until the end of the day, typically. So you can sacrifice stuff. Like I can just mark all these shitty grays. Sacrifice them. Now I've got a bunch more residuum. Now I can keep, let's say, this one that makes me move faster while crouching, because I am always crouching. All right, so now this one is permanent. This one is permanent, so that I have this forever. That's pretty much the system for everything here. All weapons, powers, upgrades, everything you have to worry about cashing in that currency to keep it for subsequent runs. So anyway, all right.
Should we switch it?
Hop over, yeah. Just see some late game powers and stuff.
Yeah. So this is gonna be. So this will have spoiler stuff. So heads up, Alex. I'll switch you over on the gameplay here. Just give me 1 second, and we'll take it over to some later game stuff. Which again,
also, I'll keep sending to you. Sorry, I'll keep sending to you in case I maybe want to pop in and take you on.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And then we'll show that too. So sorry, hold on. I'm just gonna get this to Alex. So you can see this. Let me know when you're getting it. Alex, you're getting it?
I'm getting audio.
Are you getting the visual?
I see a mint.
Are you not parseced in?
I am parseced in, but what I'm getting on your parsec is a bunch of different windows. I'm watching the main feed.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll just send you this. Give me 1 second here.
Okay. So again, just so everyone knows, we are going to show off some late game powers here. We're going to try to avoid anything specific story, but there is always a chance something over the radio or something else may crop up. This is your big demarcation point for, hey, if you want to jump out, this is probably your time to do it.
Okay. And Brad, I'll set this up for you. Probably just have to watch it through vMix here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
so again, coming over to this. I'm gonna get the audio here.
31 non-infused items. Good lord.
So Alex and Brad, let me get you gameplay. Are you getting gameplay audio now?
I hear it.
Okay, great. All right.
I'm not on vMix.
Okay, let me get you that then. And we'll just go through a little bit of this. Okay. You getting it now, Brad?
Yeah.
Great. So this is this is where I'm at. So I'm just going to kind of show off. Again, this is later game stuff. If you're worried about possible spoilers, then this would be your, if you scrub through the video, that's why I put that big text on the bottom. This is where we'd show that off. So here are the weapons I have so far. I'll just show them all. So you get these kind of sick ass weapons is what I call them, with these little skull traits on them. So I'm going to go and this one's pretty good too. I'm gonna go and just get rid of everything right now. Anything that's not infused, I'm just gonna dump and take the residuum, because there's no reason for me to keep it at this point. So I'll go and sort by non-infused, and I'm just gonna do this. At this point, I've got multiples of everything, so I'm just gonna take the things I like, and then I'm gonna burn the things that I don't.
Cash money.
Get that cash money. I don't think I have anything. I think I have this already. So like I said, you get multiples of stuff.
There's no protective gear in this game, right? I'm going from a question in the chat about armor from JCB51.
Nope.
Okay.
Some of the trinkets I think should help with that to some degree.
You're not like wearing like armor gear.
No. The outfits are purely cosmetic.
Got it.
Okay, I think we're good here. And
do you have any other outfits?
I do. It came with the deluxe thing, so I could put them on after the. I'm just gonna burn through these. It says you don't take this stuff with you. The residuum, but I feel like I always start with about 3,000 ish.
I do too, and I think they explained a reason for that, and I don't remember what it was.
Okay, maybe I forgot.
There's a lot of abstract concepts to keep up with in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly because of the time loop stuff. Like, it's just you have to kind of think in a non-linear way.
I think that's where I'm maybe getting a little tripped up, is that like one of my worst tendencies in games is trying to keep track of stuff. And this seems like a game where you're keeping track of a lot.
There is a lot to keep track of in this game. I mean,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It is all available. Like, it is all organized into all those menus. You can dig it up, but there's a lot in there, so it takes a lot of digging sometimes to find what you're looking for.
If you just want to follow the waypoint, though, like, it's pretty good about just pointing you in a direction.
Doesn't it usually mark like kind of what it thinks is the next thing you should be doing for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, at least in the beginning. So I'm just gonna jump in. This is the morning. I'm gonna zoom this out again. Possible spoilers.
Like, I thought mine was busy, and then I saw yours earlier.
So you kind of start here, and you kind of go along these threads.
That's all tutorial. Basically, all of that. That straight line is all tutorial steps through the story, and then it opens up.
And then you kind of get into this is the weapon one, and then this is the. These are all the steps in.
That's wild, man.
In these. So I don't want to zoom too much in because they get.
Yeah, that's fair.
They kind of get spoilery. And then you can kind of, again, go through all of these and sort by day. But let's just jump into a map and mess around for a little bit.
Let's do it.
I'll show off some of the powers.
Pick like a different time. Is there anywhere cool in the afternoon to go? The island is weird. Like, a snowstorm just rolls in out of nowhere in the afternoon and like covers everything.
Are you asking for some afternoon delight?
Maybe.
Let's go. I'm gonna start here and just run around quickly.
Crawford Martin asking in the chat, how many hours in roughly would you say this is for you?
Ooh, I don't know. Plenty though. Like a decent amount.
Okay.
Decent amount. I'm gonna
Tens of hours?
Maybe 10.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm so bad.
10 single,
stuff.
Not tens plural. Got it.
I'm gonna bring the one that you had for now, and then I'll trade them out once I go back, just to kind of show off the upgrades that I have on them. So you can put 2 upgrades on each thing. I've got reach and airborne. Which
wait, are there more than 2 upgrades per slab?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I did not know that. I assumed there were just the 2, and that was it.
No.
So there is a reason. There's a reason to keep getting the slab more than 2 times.
Yeah. So I've got reach and airborne on those, and then parasite and attraction on these. And they have pretty good tutorials for these if you ever need to go in and figure out what they do. So I'm gonna jump in. Let's go to Carl's Bay, and then I'll just pop back out and I'll jump into something else on the next map here.
For anyone who might just be joining us, just want to reiterate we are playing on PS5. Those were the codes that were sent to us, so that is the only platform we have experienced so far.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Just gonna mess around. This is just mayhem. It could be spoilers here.
Again, there's always a chance.
They have been radioing a lot of spoilers.
Read.
Really? I've read more books than anyone could in 3 lifetimes.
Sure, but you've never written any.
Everything I ever wanted is here. An important role, time for interests, family.
What family?
I have a life worth remembering in here.
This isn't life. We're running in circles, killing time.
Okay. So this ability, the blink ability, now lets me go and then go again in midair.
Oh wow,
which is kind of amazing.
pretty good. Dude, that's like almost game breaking.
Yes. So like very much like, you know, Dishonored. You can kind of just get in behind folks.
Yeah. Oh, Jimi Hendrix woke up.
And like you can move very quickly.
Good old murder machine Vinny.
Oh, can you go find Guitar Guy? You know where he is?
Okay, yes. I think I do.
I'll have to... Yeah, he's around this way. It's just such a weird random detail. I think through that door behind you.
Let me just get this
Down.
guy. I think is he down around the way?
Yes, up to your right up here. Yeah, through the weird fun house.
Okay, I'm not trying to be a stickler here, but is there such thing as a not weird fun house? Isn't that just a house?
Okay, so I'm gonna try and show off this this power, which is great. I love it.
Oh, Nexus.
Yeah, so he then gets connected to anybody he's touching, which I don't know if he is right now. And if he dies, everybody that he was touching just dies on the map.
Huh.
Okay. Pretty good audio cues too for when stuff is
When things have dialed down.
Yeah, when you're done.
He should be down here and then to the right, I believe.
Yes, playing for the crowd.
You can hear it. Oh wow, you weren't kidding. Like, found trinkets like that are so great for me. So, I guess that stuff really does. Yeah.
So I wonder if I can.
There's this amp to your right.
Okay, it's too far to connect.
The most unbelievable part of that is that someone else on this island wouldn't have murdered him for his guitar playing already.
He's got a couple of guitar players, which is pretty good. Whoop, wrong power. I kind of want to show off a big room with all of this stuff. Like this is that silenced gun. It is very good.
That's what a silenced gun is supposed to do.
Yeah, like it is just full-on headshot machine. Like I stopped carrying that one with me because it felt sort of like cheating. There's that nail gun you can pick up in his apartment in the morning, which kind of is the same thing, but then you're burning the morning by going and getting it. You can't. You've lost that time slot.
You can infuse it, you know, and just have it in with you.
Sure, yeah.
That's why I think the design of this is good. I mean, you get into your loadout.
Like it's really restricted in a lot of ways, but I know it's on purpose. Like I know that was intentional. But you know, stuff like not being able to access your loadout mid-mission, like you have to go back to home base, which means you lose that mission. And you know, only being able to keep certain items in between runs, like I get why they do it, but it does feel pretty constraining at times.
I am so desperate to see what the speed runs for this game look like.
It's gonna be it's gonna be something really.
It's gonna get pretty.
The further
crazy.
you go along with this, just the possibility space in my mind is.
Yeah,
They're gonna do some dumb shit.
I should have gotten Blink earlier.
It's the mobility is so amazing.
Yeah. I really wanted that invisibility because I play so much stealth. Like it's weird watching you play this as just a straight up shooter, basically like an action game, because I feel like Arkane games always want me to stealth and like straight up, you know, straight out like guns blazing is supposed to be like the option of last resort. But... Jeez, man. Put her out of the misery.
Really letting that one go for a while.
And he out here playing with his food.
Somebody's over here. I was gonna go in and go see if I can speed run the visionary in there.
Yeah, this is the visionary I just killed this morning.
See, I can. So like this is just wild, right? Like you can just.
that's so useful, man. Have you done most of your slab upgrades by going and killing the same boss again, or do you get a lot off of Julianna?
You get a lot off of Julianna.
I haven't had her show up that much. There's no control over what she drops, right? It's just random?
Yeah.
Oh, but I bet she doesn't drop slabs you don't already have, right?
Oh, check this out.
There you go.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's so
Certainly
good.
See the utility.
That is sick and stupid in both the best ways possible.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
This is gonna take a while.
That's gonna.
You're in a bad way.
You don't want any of that.
Oh no. Look out. Oh.
What? Help.
Okay. I think I'm gonna start on the plane, which might be tough. Or my body's gonna be on the plane. All right, let's go quickly here.
Does it actually rewind time when it does
No,
that?
I don't think so. So this gun, if it looks weird, this gun has like poison bullets. If it seems like I shoot somebody and then they die a little while later. So my general, when it's cleaning house like this, is put on that link everybody together, and just when they mob up, just get the shotgun out, kill one person, and then they all just kind of go down. So this is bad for anybody here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, she's in this locked room here, which I kind of messed this up, but I do want to get my body.
Is the mask maker dead already? Looks like it.
Yeah.
This is an example of one of those timed events. There's, I won't say what it is, but there's something here that if you get here fast enough and stop it from happening, it'll open up a different part of the map that you don't otherwise have access to.
Come on.
Which feels extremely Hitman.
Oh man, this game is dumb and fun. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can. It's hard to get her out of there.
I mean, if I was her, I wouldn't want to get out of there either.
Yeah.
Oh, can you get her out of there?
I only know a way to get in there, or
yeah, that's what I did.
When I have the carnesis, I yanked her out. Yanked her out of the room.
Huh.
I reject the critique that we're nothing more than.
But I don't know if I'm gonna have time, so I'm gonna have to see if I can do this quickly.
This door sucks so much.
Yeah.
Takes a long time. Almost like they were trying to hold you up while the poison gas is around.
What? Get down. Yes, I'm up.
Wow.
Guns are gunny.
Oh boy. Watch the tripwires. Oh, here she comes. Okay.
There she goes.
Wow.
And a trophy.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So.
Drink it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh boy. Oh no, boy.
Usually this is when I get invaded right here. So I've got this already, I think. I'll take this.
I wonder how many upgrades
Would now be
there
a
are
good time
for slab.
And then since
now
I'm
be a
on,
good time for someone to invade.
yeah. Brad, if you want to try invading, you can.
Sure.
Or I'll bring it back to the. Oh, I can't get this one. Come on. I'll go back to the base and I'll show off another power or two. There's an exit through here.
What's a little invasion among friends?
So let's go. This way. So you die in water very quickly.
Yes, water hurts. I think the explanation is that it's very cold here.
Yeah, it's very cold. I'm gonna just try and beat feet out of here.
Man, I gotta go upgrade that plank.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the kind of cool roguelike-ish things about it is that you can just straight up grind a slab if you want, you know? Like, there's one particular power you really like, you could just go kill that boss over and over and over until you get all of the upgrades for it.
So there's my code.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's wild. There's also some weird time stuff around some codes. I think like some codes changed throughout the day or aren't available until later and stuff like that.
Some people have figured out how to make codes change on loops, which is wild. All right, I'm gonna just jump in another thing then. Brad, you want to see if you can invade me?
Yeah. Do you want to flip over when I do it so you can see the
Definitely. Yeah.
how the? 'Cause I haven't done the Julianna like tutorial invasion stuff.
That'll have some spoiler stuff, so heads up if everybody's who's watching that.
I don't know how long that is.
Let me go here. I'm trying to avoid any
That was
spoilers.
the one I did before. You want to maybe do a different map?
Yeah, I'll try this because I don't want to go here because this is my mission and it might have a lot of spoiler stuff. Let me check my loadout. I think I'm good. So like you start getting residuum, you get a lot because. But let me change this. So anything you want to see? Carnesis, chat if you want to know.
Yeah.
Havoc is the war one. Nexus is what I was using. You were using invisibility. This is the
we should do
telekinesis.
Carnesis and Havoc.
Havoc. Okay. Do I not have another upgrade for this? I don't use this one too much, but I've started getting way into it.
Is it just the strength one? Yeah.
It's like an overshield.
I could see. I mean, if you're doing a lot of combat, I could see it being useful.
Yeah. Let's see this one. So like, I really wish you could just use more of these. That's pretty good. So I'm not gonna do this one. I don't really love that. Flesh bomb. Let's do that. That sounds fun. All right. Like mix and matching this stuff is pretty wild. Anything that has these little divots around it, you can't change. So like this and this and this. All right.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna bring these weapons as well. You know, let's get rid of the stealth pistol and use. We'll just use one of these pepper grinders. Yeah, let's try that. And I'll just drop this. Like you wind up with just stuff. Let's go with this. Oops, I didn't run this. And let's go with this. Okay.
That's a lot of purples.
Yeah.
A lot of purples.
And let's just jump in. I mean, we could jump in here. I don't think we'll get too spoilery, but you might get a little radio chat.
Hold up. Scroll off of there for a second. You could just move it to a different.
Well, this is in the morning, so it shouldn't trigger it.
You should be fine because you missed it.
But just heads up, like it just might, just the area might give.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we can't guarantee.
I'm not that worried about it. It's just when I was getting ready this morning playing this, Julianna on the radio was like, "Oh crap, if that were on the stream, that would have been bad."
Why'd they let you into Ian?
Well, here you go.
Here it is.
No, this isn't the one, but it could be.
Really? How'd you do it?
A series of impossible tests created by Wenji and Igor. I was the only one who passed.
So you cheated.
No, I had actual qualifications. Unlike you, whose only reason for being here was because you survived a botched experiment.
Okay, so what do we have? Carnesis, right? Let's see what happens.
Interesting.
So you can hold it and then you can flick the right stick to.
Oh, you do control the direction.
Yeah.
And might have to.
That's
I might
not
have to
so
get that
bad.
one too. I might have to get that one too.
Oh man, but they're a little powerful.
Wow.
But she's stuck in there.
Is that an AoE? It's just anybody nearby?
The one I have the thing on it, one of the
upgrade.
upgrades.
That ability doesn't really kill anyone, it just knocks them around.
No, it does.
Okay.
It does. It just got to knock them around quite a bit.
This is nonsense.
Yeah.
Wow, who dropped all those?
Just a person here. So you get like as the game levels up, you just get.
Oh, so this is all loop fatigue that is making these so much better?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, what is it, when you loop and when you die it goes down?
If they kill you. If they kill you.
Man, that's just dumb.
If they kill you before you have a chance to loop, it goes down.
Okay.
Incredible.
Is there anywhere to track what your kind of fatigue level is?
I don't know. I
I'd
haven't
love to
seen
know,
it.
like, oh, you're going to be seeing blues now instead of grays, because I'm still getting a lot of grays. Oh, you have more power, too. Is that just a trinket that gave you...
That's a trinket, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go in here and explore. Havoc. Let's try that. Okay. This is so some stuff like that. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to trigger any of the story stuff.
Correct response.
So this is pretty good. It gives you more power and like an overshield. You can see the shots are taking away power instead of health.
Interesting. Does it make you do more damage as well?
I think so. I'd have to double check. But like it reloads very quickly. I think
Even that invisibility, as short as it is, you get it back pretty fast.
Who's shooting? Oh.
Somehow you ended up on fire.
Yeah. All right.
Why don't you take that turret lead?
Yeah.
Call.
Well, I took the battery out.
Turret. Turret's great.
Where were we? In here?
Yeah.
Someone else can worry about that.
I think the angle is...
Oh, it's
working out
it's,
okay.
It's weird in here.
Yeah.
Great. Just like we wrote it down. All right, Brad, you want I'll clear this room out and then you can invade me?
Yeah, sure.
See, like, look at this. These guys are just dropping stuff. You just wind up with
so much compared to what I'm getting right now.
like, I think I have that one already. It's hard to remember. I wish they marked if you had it.
I'm assuming you hit a point where there's just like, there's nothing you can't keep that you want. Like you can keep,
Yeah.
you can infuse anything you want to keep at this point.
The bigger question is like, do I want to dump my loadout for the rest of the day? Like, I love this gun. I'm not getting rid of this sniper rifle for the rest of the day. And I love this shotgun. I think this might have been one of the deluxe edition shotguns. All right, should we switch over to your thing?
You love fewer guns, Vinny.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
All right, let's, I'm gonna take it over to you.
Mind, could you mute your game audio to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it in general. So you should lose it. And you're gonna get yourself back. Hold on. Okay, all good now?
Yes.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this picture in picture so that people can watch yours as you kind of, and just kind of see what happens to me here.
Okay.
So.
All right, here we go. Ready?
You're gonna get a brief little thing. Again, spoilers on this part because I think you're gonna get some stuff on Brad's that could be spoilerish.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, like, this unlocks pretty early game, so hopefully it's nothing super deep into the game that they talk about. Like, this basically unlocks at the end of the main game tutorial.
Black Reef. This is Julianna Blake. There is this confused idiot who thinks he can just destroy what we've built here. His name's Colt. As per Eon program regulations, this is high alert, battle stations to be manned until threat neutralized. Everyone have a fulfilling day. This is pointless. That's pointless.
It's all pointless.
Man. So again, you're gonna get some weird shit in here. Heads up.
I kind of want to live in this. Man, look at this place. I would
studio
live in here.
It's pretty nice.
Yes.
I would live in here.
Literally.
It's got a hell crasher machine and everything. Huh.
I think I have to be on a map with a visionary, right? So I'm gonna load one of those up.
You do, yes, you do. Oh boy, weird. Oh, right.
Good morning, Black Reef. Julianna Blake with an urgent announcement. I have just learned that Colt has betrayed us. We'll be on high alert with restricted leisure until he's dead. So, let's kill him quickly, okay? And remember, have a fulfilling day. Watch out. This one is smart. Cunning even. Yeah, but we're smarter. Oh, and have a fulfilling day, I know.
Now we're getting into that time travel bullshit.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that. Just leave?
Yeah, that's basically get you into it.
I'm coming
I
for you,
remember this
Paul.
place.
And you better make this fun for me.
Okay. Traps and powers. Increase your hunter rank. Access new loot. Is that just loot for this mode, or I wonder if it goes across? Masquerade. Interesting. Okay. Huh. All right.
Okay, so I am. I should be on a visionary quest.
Okay. Oh, so this is stuff from my single player game? Or I don't know. Oh, I'll just take everything. Sure.
Oh, did not bring the trinkets I wanted. Oh well. Maybe they'll be useful for this.
So have you done much of this? I guess not, right?
No.
Like, I wonder, is this just stuff from my game that I have access to here?
I assume. Do you get the special?
Oh well, I don't have
special
either or Nexus here, so I guess you don't.
But you have the
this
masquerade one, right?
Yeah, but I only have shift here. I don't have the other two slabs I have in my main
Okay.
game, so maybe this.
Interesting.
Maybe this is just a subset of. You got your rank up here. She levels up separately. It seems like. All right.
I mean, maybe
friends timeline.
I think that's. Oh wow. Holy cow! Look at all this mess.
Oh, there's a whole other thing. Okay.
It's like a whole different set of achievements, kind of goals to go after. These looks like these earn points that up your rank and get you more stuff here. Looks like. All right. Have to be okay. Visionaries present. Friends can only be invaded during the first few minutes after they've been interesting. Hey.
Invade me.
It says you're unavailable.
What? Say why?
No.
Should be set
Are
to
you on?
friends.
Are you friends only?
It should be. Let me jump back into the thing here. Were there any other restrictions? Or is it just
in a districting period where a visionary is present, can only be invaded during the first few minutes after you've gotten into that level.
Maybe I've been in here too long?
Could be. You want to try like resetting?
Yeah.
Just make sure you're in friends only mode.
Yeah. Let me yeah, I'm in friends only. But maybe I've been in here too long. Let me exit the level. It's hard to find the exits when you don't have the waypoint. So it says unavailable, or like I'm showing up though, right? As
It shows your name.
It just
Okay.
yes, it just says you're unavailable. But you are online.
Yeah. Okay.
Try again.
All right. I'm gonna go end this time period.
I think as long as a visionary is there, you should be good.
All right. It's gonna be the evening.
Okay.
Nighttime death.
Okay. Good to go.
Let me go do.
He's about to head in.
Where's the party? So we'll go here, put on this, and you know what? That's pretty good. Okay. So we should be at the party, right? Up damn. This definitely has visionary. All right. I am loading in.
Okay. I'll wait till you get in there.
Okay. It's weird that it's only within the first few minutes. I feel like I've definitely been.
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah, maybe you just passed the time limit. Looks like it's good now.
Okay.
Just go about your business. I am definitely
Okay.
not invading you.
No, I haven't gotten any.
Any Juliannas that show up are absolutely AI controlled. Have you done this at all from her end?
No.
I haven't either. Is this Freestad Rock? No.
Up damn.
Okay. Stop cold.
Julianna's on the hunt.
Julianna is on the hunt.
Stock here of my stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm locked out of my level now.
Right.
I wonder if you take
Mr.
damage.
Mr. V in the Discord had a good thought on why maybe this is the way it is that this would be a good way to stop a good, fruitful, long run from getting ruined
Sure.
randomly.
Definitely.
Sure.
But when I was playing against the AI, they seem to invade whenever, but
So I'm trying to figure. I don't think I have any cues at all about where you are. Right. Doesn't look like it. I've got a waypoint for the antenna you have to hack to open your exit.
okay. But not
Like a-
not my body.
It's like no, not that I've seen. Like it would be very boring, but it would be very effective if to just camp that antenna. Because you'll never be able to leave until you hack this thing, right? So I could just hang out here forever waiting for you to show up.
Can you do? Yeah, I mean you don't show up on mine either.
Ooh. Otherwise, I just have to run around looking for you. Wow, it's so weird to be able to just run around all these enemies and they don't care.
They clearly don't care, yeah.
Although I can still execute
What's with the
them for
folk
some reason.
music?
One of the visionaries is a kind of like 50s pop star sort of deal.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Ah,
did you get me?
Nice.
looks like it.
Oh, but I respawn. Are you still in the map?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does multiple.
I mean, you've got your repose, right?
Yeah. So you don't.
So there was an objective indicator over here. It didn't say what it was. I don't know if it was like your last known position or something like that.
I think it might have been. It was maybe the last time you were engaged in combat there.
Yeah, because it was not moving.
Interesting. Ugh.
Oh shit. Yeah, that does seem to be a last known position thing.
Oh, I had the wrong power on.
Okay.
Thought I had blink on. Oh man, that was pretty good.
Whoops.
Oops. Did I die right in front of you?
Oh, maybe.
Loving this game of cat and mouse here.
Oh, nervous.
Better not be cold.
Eyes on the traitor! Oh! You sniped me?
Get you?
Damn.
Oh, you got me.
Wow, did I get you? Wow.
You did. What'd you
Yeah.
use? The rifle?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Bodied.
Oh man.
So I was about to go drop a turret on top of your corpses.
Oh, it would have been lethal. Well, then I would suspect I could hack it. Man,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
dead, and everybody's alive. What do you get? So what'd you get for that?
Let's see. Colt is dead. Visionaries are still alive. Oh wow, I racked up. Huh. I almost made it to 100 rank 3 after that.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
that's- Oh, so you unlock trinkets for her, it looks like, by ranking up.
Oh,
here.
okay. So yeah, that
Oh,
takes
wow.
me
Like a
that takes
lot
me
of them.
out the whole thing back into the morning.
Yeah, so that's the end of your loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, new weapons, new all kinds of stuff.
Hot
I wonder
damn.
if any of this goes back into some cosmetics. Huh. I wonder if any of these weapons go back into the campaign. Let's see.
I doubt it.
Probably not. So the stuff like survive for 5 minutes, get a headshot on you, kill you twice, kill you with a shotgun,
Got it. Okay.
not heal myself. So, well, this is kind of interesting. I don't know that I'd spend a huge amount of time on it.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it would be the draw for me. That's for sure.
I mean, it is like you said though. It's kind of a neat cat and mouse sort of thing.
Yeah, that was much more interesting with a person. I'm never gonna do that stuff.
Yeah.
But much more interesting.
Like
with a
like I
person.
said, when I had it just set to open last night, and the same person invaded me twice in a row,
Oh.
smoked me, just mercilessly smoked me twice in a
Yeah.
row. I was like, I'm gonna turn this off now.
Well, it's kind of hard because you still have to be kind of stealthy because all the NPCs are after
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
But also you have the 2 lives, so I suspect it's balanced. All right,
Yeah.
should we wrap it up
Cool.
there?
I think so.
Deathlooping.
This game is pretty great.
I think
you
it's
guys seem pretty
great.
hyped on it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like
It's
it a
the first
lot.
game in a while where I find myself thinking about it when I'm not playing it, like thinking about the next time I'm going to play it.
Yeah, it's also got like it's like kind of fun to jump in for a little bit and mess around. And as you kind of hopefully you saw, like the powers go places in interesting ways that make.
And actually, yeah, that's an interesting point. You can like have a pretty satisfying session in 20 or 30 minutes if you want to, because like the missions don't have to be long. You can just kind of get in and get out.
Like you saw with the what's her name, Harriet. Like, hey, how fast can you get in there and take her out and just bop out to the exit? It's probably like 5 minutes if you really run in there and do it.
Right.
And you get a bunch of residuum and you're done.
Yeah, and it's totally that Hitman thing of the more you learn about a map, the more like the faster you can do stuff, right? The more efficient you can be.
Yeah, like your path forward. Like I knew that where that crank was on the thing and shoot the gas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We're going to talk more about this on the podcast along with some other stuff. We got WarioWare is out and oh gosh, what is it? Lost in Random is out now. We'll talk more about that on the podcast, and you can find that wherever fine podcasts are available. The finest of podcasts. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Alex. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back soon.